Ever met that charming colleague who constantly praises you, only to realize they're setting you up to do their work? Or been inspired by a bold leader's vision until you noticed it was all about them, not the team? In toxic workplaces, these charismatic chameleons present friendly faces while quietly controlling the environment. According to Harvard Business Review, almost half of employee exits from toxic workplaces stem from exactly this kind of manipulative behavior. True manipulators don't storm in with demands. They build trust through kindness, empathy, or bold claims. Once trusted, they can distort information or leverage relationships with little resistance. And with only 18% of employees feeling their managers handle workplace conflicts well, these manipulators thrive. Let's explore 7 distinct types of workplace manipulators and, more importantly, how to protect yourself and your career from their tactics. Type number 1, the superstar narcissist. This person captivates the workplace with audacious goals and unwavering confidence. Initially, you might appreciate their enthusiasm, believing they're just what your team needs. But behind the scenes, their real goal is to ensure the spotlight stays on them. How to spot them? They dominate conversations, often interrupting to showcase their achievements. They promise big results, but rarely recognize colleagues who contribute to those wins. Absorb compliments, quickly redirecting recognition to themselves, even for team successes. Studies show narcissistic traits significantly increase the likelihood of idea theft. Your defense? Document everything. After meetings, record who's responsible for what so everyone knows who contributed. Circulate your ideas widely through team emails before they can be claimed by others. And when they propose grand plans, ask for specifics. How will we ensure everyone's contributions are recognized? Type number 2, the polished office politician. This colleague glides through hallways, greeting everyone with seemingly sincere smiles. They appear thoughtful and helpful until you discover their talent for higher-level manipulation. Before Microsoft's culture shift in 2014, this type thrived by flattering senior management and stirring internal competition. Watch for these signs. Their stories change depending on who's listening. Private conversations with supervisors often emphasize their crucial contributions while minimizing others' efforts. And they subtly create rivalries among colleagues to remain central to successes. Stay grounded by focusing on concrete tasks and timelines rather than getting caught in their flattery. Suggest that all information be shared through transparent channels to prevent any one person from controlling the narrative. And stay composed, they thrive on hidden tension. Calm responses can diffuse rumors before they escalate. Type number 3, the theatrical attention seeker. They're the life of the office party. They tell jokes effortlessly, turning boring meetings into lively sessions. But their talent for spectacle comes with a cost. Minor issues escalate into exhausting dramas. A small piece of feedback transforms into emotional confessions, rushed hallway conversations, and urgent crisis emails. Key indicators include consistently exaggerated responses to routine feedback or normal changes. Emotional episodes that distract from important projects and drain everyone's energy. And a need to be either the hero or the victim, anything to stay center stage. To maintain your sanity, acknowledge their emotions without adding to the drama. Channel their theatrical energy into presentations or event planning while keeping basic deadlines in view. And set time limits. We have 5 minutes left to resolve this conversation, to redirect the discussion. Let's take a moment to recap the first 3 manipulator types we've covered so far. The superstar narcissist demands attention and steals credit. Counter with documentation and public idea sharing. The office politician changes stories and creates rivalries. Respond with transparency and composure. The attention seeker turns minor issues into dramas, set boundaries and time limits. Type number 4, the charming flatterer. This person brings you coffee just because, praises your skills, and offers to help with anything. You might initially think, finally a helpful teammate. Then comes their request for a small favor, like completing half their project, because they just trust you so much. Suddenly, you realize those thoughtful gestures were calculated, creating a sense of obligation. Their operating method includes personal compliments and small gifts to make you feel obligated to reciprocate. They gradually steer you toward tasks that primarily serve their interests. And they shift alliances quickly, cultivating friendships with whoever seems most useful at the moment. Protect yourself by accepting compliments graciously but watching for signs of manipulation. Help with boundaries. I appreciate your trust, but my schedule is full. Let me offer some guidance instead. And don't let guilt prevail. Understand that not every kind act requires equivalent effort in return. Type number 5, the credit thief. Nothing stings more than pouring effort into a project and watching someone else take credit for it. Based on stories from workplace forums, employees are increasingly concerned about colleagues misusing new visibility tools to present teamwork as individual achievements. No wonder many feel overlooked or resentful. Spot the pattern. They seize every opportunity to highlight their contribution, angling for manager recognition. They readily minimize or ignore the true origins of valuable ideas. And clever phrases like, "yes, but I gave it the final polish," exclude others from recognition. Take action by documenting everything in collaborative files that identify all contributors. Speak up at the right moment. If they claim your idea, calmly say, "I'm glad we developed this concept together." And promote team recognition. Encourage the group to acknowledge individuals openly, preventing any single narrative from dominating. Type number 6, the divider, two-faced schemer. Dividers present themselves as the confidant to everyone. "You're the real star," they might whisper, then plant similar seeds with your teammates. Their true goal is to keep the group divided, positioning themselves as the neutral intermediary who holds all the information. Signs of their involvement: they make statements like, "just between us, they said you're slipping." They repeatedly claim they're trying to help, yet chaos follows wherever they go. And they quickly step in to mediate conflicts they played a significant role in creating. Counter their strategies by promoting open communication. Suggest team check-ins instead of private discussions. Verify stories independently. If they share concerning rumors, check with others before reacting. And build team bonds. Organize informal coffee breaks or gatherings to enable direct connections, reducing reliance on intermediaries. Type number 7, the martyr victim. These people frequently lament their overwhelming responsibilities or constant life challenges. Initially, you may feel sympathy, thinking they need understanding. However, they often use guilt, blaming others for not pitching in, to avoid responsibilities or gain recognition for persevering. Watch for recurring statements like, "I basically do everything around here." Requests for help laced with sorrow, making you feel inadequate if you don't comply. And persistent stories about their struggles, suggesting you owe them something. Maintain balance by establishing fair workloads. When they volunteer for extra tasks, set boundaries to prevent responsibility from silently shifting to you. Offer constructive suggestions. "I notice you're overwhelmed. Perhaps we can request additional resources rather than risking your burnout." And protect your emotional health. You can show empathy without assuming responsibilities that rightfully belong to them. When you identify these personality types, you can respond strategically rather than emotionally. Clear communication, defined responsibilities, and teamwork are reliable remedies against deceptive tactics. This isn't about paranoia, it's about workplace self-defense. Creating a healthier environment means not just resisting manipulators, but promoting transparency, respect, and genuine support. Simple actions, like acknowledging specific achievements in weekly meetings, give everyone a sense of recognition. Or consider an email policy that keeps important decisions and discussions in team channels rather than private conversations. Remember, genuine colleagues are abundant, people whose friendliness and generosity are authentic. You can remain supportive and kind without naively giving away your efforts or emotions. By fostering empathy, awareness, and transparent communication, your team can thrive, rendering toxic strategies ineffective by removing their most powerful tool, secrecy. Ready to create a more authentic workplace? Start today with one small action. Maybe thank a colleague who's quietly contributing, or suggest a meeting format that honors everyone's input. You'll not only counter manipulation but build trust and psychological safety for your entire team.